They
Would you put a team like in somewhere like Houston or San Antonio? What do you think about like Houston, San Antonio situation?
Houston probably has enough people. I don't think San Antonio. They have the minor league system there, which means nothing. I think Quebec maybe have something. Well, Seattle's getting a team. Seattle's a big hockey.
Right, they're in the next expansion, right? They're in the next expansion, right?
Yeah. And then after that, I don't know. Maybe Toronto gets another team because you know you're going to be successful with that, and it'll be a lot cheaper. Dude, you saying that
Toronto has an opportunity to have 2 teams?
Yes, absolutely. Dude, you
really?
can't buy tickets. You can't buy tickets. Every ticket's sold for the next 3 years in Toronto, dude, unless you're corporate or fucking whatever.
The Maple Leafs are one of the hardest tickets in sports. It's like right up there with the Packers. It's insane.
I did not know that Toronto was thinking about getting a second team. I did not know that.
They might not be thinking it, but I'm just trying to think of a place that might be able to support it. And that would be the case. Quebec, of course. But as far as in the United States, Seattle's there. And other than that, I don't know if we even need to worry about that right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let Seattle come in and see how that does, and then we'll worry about another Canadian team.
No, I'm saying just move a team. I'm saying move a team.
I'd say move fucking Florida.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Where do you move Florida to? That's what I'm asking. Where do you move Florida to?
Quebec.
Move them. Hey, Cam, let me throw this out there then. I'll give some solutions to that question. Move them to Kansas City. Give the Blues somebody to beef with here.
I was thinking about
that. Got the facility for it. And I know that the people
they got the Sprint Center. The Sprint Center, yeah.
Yeah, the Sprint Center right there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the legit. Like, I don't know the numbers, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know what would work. Seattle's gonna work, dude. They do their due diligence. I tell you what, man. The NHL's a fucking well-oiled machine right now, dude. It really is. Like, they're
doing better than baseball right now.
Baseball's doing tough. These guys want to play.
Baseball's about to go on strike.
I know. And how about old boy coming out from fucking the Cubs, and he's just like, we don't make any money. What the fuck you signed for an $8.1 billion TV contract? The fuck are you talking about? The White Sox might be a different story, but you shut the fuck up.
You're fine. You're okay, dude.
WGN's got you forever.
Oh my, 8.1. Am I reading that right
now? The Cubs have their own shit. Like they're insane.
But I also got to think that there's Cubs fans across the world because of WGN, and there's Braves fans as well because of TBS. Like when they're private, those are only stations that some people could ever see. Period. And see.
I'll tell you this: when I was over in England, I would see Cardinals jerseys, Cubs jerseys. Brady, who else?
You had to see the Yankees.
Yankees, oh God, Yankees, Red Sox, but the Cardinals were in the mix, and so were the Cubs.
Cardinals is like I think that Cardinals is like top 20 apparel of all sports.
Oh yeah, probably.
Period.
So
got awesome jerseys.
Daryl, you talked about real quick. You mentioned how there was 7 brothers on the Thrashers when they relocated for the team back in Winnipeg. Cam, this is something we talked about before, though. But like and I definitely want to get your thoughts on the growth of youth hockey here in the St. Louis area. But I've always been of the opinion that if we really, really got hockey into the African American community, you could see some studs come out, some black hockey stars that would bring a whole new wrinkle to the sport that I think is like the last frontier for the NHL in America to really.
I mean, you look at the Jones brothers, Pac-Man Jones sons, with Seth Jones and them. They killing it.
Pac-Man Jones' son. That's funny. It's not his son, right? Like, you know that Seth Jones. You talking about Pac-Man?
That's not his son. That's not Pac-Man. I thought it's Pac-Man Jones.
Hell no.
Oh, so he adopted
Columbus? Yeah, they're related.
Yeah, that's his dad. No, his dad. That's their dad. It's like 2 of them. Their dad is Pac-Man Jones that play basketball. That's their dad.
Seth Jones that put.
You're talking about Popeye Jones, not Pac-Man. Jones.
Pac-Man, not Pac-Man. I'm sorry, not Pac-Man from Adam. Pac-Man, not Adam. Shoot up the strip club. I mean Popeye Jones. Sorry, you're right.
Okay, yeah.
Not Pac-Man. That's no. Because Pac-Man is our age, though. That wouldn't make sense.
What? I go like that's.
That wouldn't even make sense. No. You're right. No.
So. Oh my God, the athletes.
Yeah, Popeye Jones.
Dude, the athletes that can come out of that. Oh my God, yeah. Here's the problem. How do you go into inner cities and say, "Here, get into hockey"? Oh, mom, you got to pay for their equipment. You got to pay for their.
Say that.
How the hell you want to go play football? Go play football. When you play football, you don't know the game until you get into either middle school or high school, and everybody in that whole high school knows. Everybody's a football. Knows football and is a part of the football team, and they just teach you. Where hockey, you just gotta you gotta find your team, where are you playing, then you gotta buy your equipment. Like it's not a it's not necessarily a high school sport, which it is, but in the cities, it's not. You could play football for free. You can't. It's hard to play hockey for free.
All you need is one football to play in the street. You don't need everybody.
Exactly.
Needs
or
sticks,
basketball.
And so here's the thing. And I'm glad you bring that up because I think that the challenges that you have, equipment sports are harder for people to play.
But then soccer is not an equipment sport though, but it's very expensive.
Hold on. Let me get this thought out though. I think that hockey has some of the same issues that baseball has, as far as baseball wants to reestablish in the inner cities and things like that, whereas hockey has never really had that foothold. And I think they have similar challenges in order to break through. But I think St. Louis has a unique opportunity here with what you're doing with the new practice rink out there and with how committed the Blues have been to minor league and to junior hockey. For me, I feel like if any place has the ability to kind of crack through, pardon the pun, to break the ice and to get into that place, St. Louis could potentially do it, especially with a new facility that's opening up.
Yeah, they just got to figure out an easier plan, and it all starts with families taking their kids to games, man. Just like how we all started with everything, Maddie. Like your parents took you to baseball games, and you're like, "Oh my God, I love this!" Like if something grabbed you, and you're like, "I want to be a part of this some way. Either I'm going to play, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to write about it, or whatever." We have to find that, and if you go to games at Enterprise Center, there's more women. There's groups of like 6 girls there, like 20. Like you're like, oh hell, yeah, like girls everywhere, and you see more African Americans there. You do. It's not an easy ticket to get, and it's not an easy sport to get into. But God, the athleticism that can go. Oh my God! So you have to find a way to, my parents didn't have money, and we found a way. I rollerbladed. Now, are you gonna have kids in the inner cities rollerblade around? I don't know. I don't know how you.
There was a guy named Daryl Frierson that was rollerblading through your hood.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying though. Like it's like rollerblading is the cheapest way to play hockey.
Yeah.
Because you have to rent ice, so you just go rollerblade around stick handle, but you have to be into the sport. So you got to get them into going to Blues games, and I think it's better than it's ever been because you just won the cup, and it's just in your face right there too. So hopefully we see that. But we see girls hockey. Oh my God, I see that big time. So you start with that. We'll see where it goes. But man, oh man, some of those athletes. And they'd be shit kickers too.
Because
imagine some of the shit kickers.
There's a ton of them. I mean, but St. Louis, what was it? 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Cam? We had 5 first-round kids come out of St. Louis? 4 first-round kids?
Dude, we're tons.
Now you look at like kids, both all-stars. You've got a feller that's still blowing up, doing his thing. St. Louis certainly has a pathway to be a place that could happen. So I hope. And I would love to, obviously, I would love to do anything that I can do to help, open that pathway to get those kids out there, to get an opportunity to just see the sport and see it be played. Because if you put a stick in there, I got a buddy who's got a kid, he's got to be 4 or 5 now. He put a stick in his hand, he's out there and he's killing it over in Kansas City, and where they've got a strong juniors program over there, a young kid that's killing it, and he's like the only black kid on the ice. And I just kind of look at it like your point with soccer. I think it's some place that we could break through and really see a whole new element get added to the game, and that would be
because